What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Everything Post podcast. This is episode 2. We actually have an episode 2. it's going pretty good. Gosh, the podcast life is interesting. It's only been one episode, and the amount of stress rendering has caused this.
Boy, by the time they
It's something.
blood. Obviously, recent, innit?
Okay.
What's Ferdi?
Ferdi.
That guy Ferdi,
Who the
bro.
heck is that?
Why are you coming fast? My man, my man.
Ferdi.
But I wanted to speak on it though, yeah.
It's crazy.
I wanted to speak on
What is there to talk about? The dude is a legend from 2018.
it, bro.
Names in stone.
Me personally, right? What I find funny is because obviously I never knew this was a thing now, innit? So obviously my man's
Did you not?
No. I never knew that he's got the actual
Account.
like the tees out. Like he's got T-shirts and shit, innit?
For real?
Yeah.
He dropped them now.
Blood, so he's got
He
obviously
like, I think it was the start of November. He started an Instagram account.
yeah. That's
Shit
what I was on.
blew up.
Bruv.
It was crazy. Everyone was sharing it. Celebrities were sharing it. All these repost accounts. I'm just bait. They were all sharing
That's
it.
what I mean.
It was growing like crazy. I think in the first day it hit 100K. No surprise. But yeah, the guy. I'm sure someone talked to him about it and was like, dude,
Bruv,
you got to
my
monetize
thing is with it, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously I come across this Thursday or Friday or whenever it was.
Yeah.
So I've come across it now. And obviously, like, I'm thinking, okay, seeing it's my man, so he's got the tees out now. Obviously, you can see that he's linked up with Boohoo, man.
He's linked up.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
obviously,
snap.
he's done it with them, innit?
He's doing it big.
Yeah,
then.
so he's done it with them, right? And then obviously in the comments and that, like, you know, you get the good couple people. Oh, how is he in this position? Blah blah blah. Why do we keep putting light on these people and this and that? I'm making people blow up
Some
over
people
overnight success in it and whatever and all these kind of things.
Waste.
But at the end of the day, like, and that was it. And like, yeah, he's milking it. Blood. What do you want, man? What do you want, man, to do? Like,
Oh my god.
like, yo,
Who wouldn't?
who would not milk? Who would not absolutely rinse this situation, blood? Get me?
Bruh.
Rinse it out, bruv. 'Cause at the end
That
of
is
the day, right?
mad.
Like, just an average guy doing your
Yeah.
job, you get knocked into or whatever. Get me? Everyone is
After all, it's not like he asked for it.
blood. It's everyone on the net, innit? It's
Exactly.
everyone on the net that's raw. Blew up this thing, like blew it up. And then they're the one and then they're complaining, saying, "Oh, you know, it's this now, it's that. He's linking up with this person. He's doing that now. He's making T-shirts. Oh, he's linking up with Boohoo, rare. Guess whose fault that is? Or guess who made that happen? The people on the net.
Same people that are
So-
complaining about it.
Yo, B, I'm like, for me, bruv, I just kind of looked at it and just thought, like, yeah, man, good on him.
Facts.
I want him to milk this
I'm
thing.
so surprised that he didn't start milking it long time. Because the first time I saw that video, I would like to believe it was sometime in July, around that period. I saw it. It hadn't blown up by that time. It was only on here and there on a couple of these repost sites. For some reason, I don't get why it happened like that. But I personally didn't think it was anything big. I thought it was funny, but I was like, save.
Yeah, but bruv,
And I continued. Couple months later,
My
it just
word.
comes back around because I was even having a chat with my mate Sol, and literally he was saying the same thing. It was like all of a sudden it's come back around and it's just gone absolutely viral.
Yeah, but remember, these are, you know, typical, like, you know, how many videos really have we got over the course of, like, you know, probably like 2 years though. Let's say then, for example, like how many funny videos have we come across, or, you know, videos that people find funny, like, and that's blowing up,
Like, proper
and like
funny.
some, like some that are even like blowing up over, like, you know, over time or whatever, and not necessarily saying that, oh, all of them have gone to, like, into something like what my man's done, in the sense of, like, oh, T-shirts and whatnot, or merchandise or whatever. But I'm, you know, for the ones that have, or obviously a perfect example again, obviously separate, but in terms of where she went, but the Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh my gosh.
Get me? The same thing again. And everyone was saying the same thing.
She tripled her profits.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. But this is what I'm saying. To some degree, she did milk it. Yeah. But again, the internet allowed her to do that. You get me?
She even milked it the way.
Nah, she didn't really try. She didn't really try though. But I don't even think my man even really milked it. I think the video happened or whatever, got recorded, blah blah blah. It got out there. Everybody's come across it. They find it funny, whatever. Yeah. And then I don't really think my man's actually thinking anything of it. Really too tough.
I think he's thinking it.
Yeah,
now.
I think, and obviously now. Yeah. Obviously it's different now. Yeah. But I mean, like in terms of when it happened, and even if someone's kind of like, whether it's a family member or something.
I personally think someone told him, because like what I was explaining is after I saw it and that all that happened, immediately after, what in my head, what is going on is this guy has got to find a way to monetize this, because I mean most normal people don't think the way obviously I would potentially think about stuff like this or us too, in terms of understanding that nowadays it's all.
But see, I would even be if I got hit and I'm holding my head and I'm talking about like, why are you coming fast? I'm snapping up. I'm snapping. I'm more than likely, it's we're ending up in something more than likely. You get me? But yeah, I'm not even gonna be thinking about monetizing and all that. You get me? I'm just gonna think, like my man just lit me in my head. I can't have this. You get me? So bro.
Then again, I'm thinking to myself, this is my craziness going on. The guy on the bike was the one recorded.
Yeah.
That must have been the guy that put it up.
More than likely.
Because where else? How
more
else
than likely. I guess, and then someone had the audacity to say, "Oh, whoever put this up should get royalties." Like what? At the end
what
of
does that mean?
Because my man's getting a bit of a bag now from this. Yeah, he's getting a bit of the bag now from this thing. Yeah. Obviously, it's a case of like, oh well.
What about the person?
What about the person that recorded it? But at the end of the day, number one, it's not them that went through it.
And it's also not them.
And especially if he or she or whoever that is the one that made this happen in the first place.
It's a black dude.
Oh, sin. All right. Well, he then. For who they get me from he made this happen in the first place. Yeah. Get me, and if he's pull it out as well, like that's his own business, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, like who was to say that it was gonna get to this stage?
But even with that said, okay, I'm going slightly on a tangent because I'll come back to the whole idea of him making money from it. Hopefully, we actually end up coming back to it, because the last time we said we're coming back to something, it never happened. But if this was another situation, let's say it was a more literate person involved in terms of on the other side. Yeah. You would end up finding people pressing charges.
What, you mean the guy that got hit? You mean Ferdi, the guy that got hit?
Yeah. If he was
more, probably more than likely, yeah.
And it's interesting because in that situation, that person would ask for the footage to be put down. Whereas his illiteracy has.
But bro, remember, this is the net. This is the net. So he could have, he could have come across it, whether that be from a family member or whoever, and they could have shown it to him and thought. Yeah. He could have probably thought, like I might want the video taken down or whatever. But then again, you might have read some comments or whatever, or people, someone might have gave him some of that feedback and say, like, people actually find this, like, funny, and, like, you're quite, like, you're quite popular, blah, blah, blah. And, like, and then, it's the internet, innit? So man ain't even thinking, like, to say, like, I can get this taken down. Like, blood, do you know how much of a madness that's going to be trying to get a video like that taken down off the internet?
Or at least get in some form of bag from it.
Yeah. But even if you were on just a tip of like, you're going down that route and you're pressing charges, whatever you're doing. Yeah. And then obviously like, but then again, would you even want the video taken down? Because then it's proof, innit? And it's out there, innit? So would you even really want it taken down in that sense, really though? But for me personally, you know, situations happened. It's got put
because
out there.
I know for sure if someone did something crazy like that, either hit me or whatever, and they put the footage up, I'm gonna be more pissed that they put the footage up than that they hit me. Do you get what I mean?
Nah, it's processing through my mind, and I get it. But I'm trying to think what I'm like. I know I'm trying now. I think I probably would be still.
So pissed.
Nah, yeah, I probably would be pissed. I probably want to fight them again. Personally, I probably would. But regardless, I can bypass all that if I've now been approached by Boohoo and they're telling me basically this is what we want to do, innit? Like we wanna get with you, team up with you, blah blah blah, and we want to make these t-shirts. I don't know the ins and outs. I've just seen the t-shirt, and obviously the ad
it makes sense now.
What do you mean?
It makes sense now. Because in my head, what I thought was going on was, this dude decided to go get t-shirts printed and then reached out to Boohoo to sell it on their platform. Now I'm
if he did that, he's thinking now, innit? But then I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I'm starting to think about what would have happened is a big corporation like Boohoo would have
come on, bro. Of course they would have.
Like,
they would have approached him.
Milk this even more.
Yeah, of course.
And they're gonna take.
Yeah, because they can make money, innit?
Oh, they're
and blood. The tees are simple, innit? The tees are.
They'll be flying off the shelves.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But the tees, blood, they're simple tees, fam. Simple tees with the with like the Fast and Furious bloody font in that sense. Like they're nothing special, blood. They don't look like like man's gonna cop that or whatever. It's not one of them kind of things, but they're just average tees. Blood, you could probably get that.
That's crazy.
You could probably get that in Primark
for it as well.
You could probably get that. You would see them kind of tees in Primark, £10 or something.
Yeah,
that's like it's that kind of shirt in it or t-shirt or whatever.
They should have got me to design this t-shirt. This t-shirt is trash, man.
Nah, that's what I mean. It's just a quick little thing. Even when you watch his ad, like obviously he's had to do like, oh, why are you coming fast?
Oh,
and it's like, he's did it again, innit?
Oh my God.
They made him do it again, innit? But obviously he's kind of trying to present it in a certain way.
Like,
like it's on his Insta, innit? Like you can tell, like a proper official ad. It's on his Insta. You know what I mean? He's kind of doing it again, kind of thing. Kind of but I'm trying to think of a word. But yeah,
reiterating.
Yeah, basically what's happened in it, but it's not the same. Obviously, it's not got the same vibe in it, but he's trying to do that again, basically.
I can.
But yeah, man. All I can, man.
I know for a fact that he personally
cannot create any more content that the internet wants to see, in terms of like.
Oh, nah, definitely. This is why I say my man's got a milk rinse.
Yeah, he has to.
Bloody.
Because this is his only chance of getting that kind of bag.
Bruv, this is never going to happen again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have to absolutely milk this.
Get every single ounce out of it.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm good on him for doing so.
And to be
as soon as I saw that he set up his Instagram account, I was like 100%. I'm following, not because I care about your content, purely because I want to support you. Because you're an average man. He has the freaking had the high vis on.
The high vis is like a part of his. It's his attire, innit? It's his attire, innit? It's a part of the shit.
And it's like, you look at it. If you just saw that guy on a normal day, this is someone. The thing is as well, though. Yeah. Like even thinking about it now. Yeah. Like even just a company then, or someone that kind of works within construction or companies that work in that and that deal with high vis and whatever. Put my man's face on it or whatever, or like if there was like a new sort of like high vis coming out, bruv, put my man in there instantly. Probably more than likely, shit's going up just because it's my man. I think the high vis will probably sell more. He can still make it. He can still, still probably make, money in certain other avenues, other than just this thing that he's got with Boohoo and the why you coming fasting. For real. It's kind of like, you don't really know where it can end for my man, but I know right now, where he's at, and I think this deal that he's got. The guaranteed way of him making money is just milking that exact moment. Oh, of course, 1000%. If he's not dead that already, which I would imagine that he has, and obviously,
I would imagine they're still selling the t-shirt and whatnot, and obviously still
Let's see,
getting orders
how
in or
much
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah, man,
Gosh.
definitely.
Nah,
For
respect
him,
to
for him and
for-
himself, and you know, for his family and that. Yeah, man,
They're
absolutely
selling it
rinsed
for
them.
£10. Oh, it was £12 before. Great, 16% discount. Talk about
It's Black Friday though, isn't it?
Great.
Oh, yeah, it's that weekend still, so it could have come down in price,
Crazy.
but yeah, man,
Because not these shirts, they to produce is nothing.
bruv,
Cost
with how simple that, with how, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with a simple t-shirt,
Yeah.
but with how it's designed, it even when you look at it, you can just tell it just looks like one of them t-shirts
Parody
that it just wasn't. It took no effort to make.
Did
innit?
you ever see the woman that was doing they were interviewing while there was like she ran out of a burning building and she was like the whole oh my lord, it's a fire, or
Oh yeah.
I
Mm.
was running for my life. That
Yeah,
Oh,
bruv, just bear these videos, but yeah,
She did the same thing.
mm.
She literally milked it.
yeah,
Got the
You may
shirts
as well.
out, got everything. She got after the whole situation, she made so much money off of it. She still decided to live in the same house. I don't know what for, but okay. But Tyler Perry put her on one of his shows. Like her whole life was completely changed for that moment. And I don't know why there waste people like that on the internet who think that's a bad thing. Why is that a bad thing?
bruv, you can't hate on
There's someone who is trying to live day to day, has been blessed with this opportunity.
You can't hate on that because everyone in that same everyone in that same boat would do literally exactly the same thing. So you can't even hate on
The
it.
only part where I would be annoyed is if it was a situation like this whole have you heard of Ben Partridge, the
it sounds
prank
familiar.
guy,
Who?
the British prank guy that pranks his cousin,
I don't know still.
or Sofla Antonio. I'm
know.
just throwing all these names out. These are pranksters that have now been proven to fake their pranks. So they make these viral prank videos, whereas at the back end they're paying people to make the reactions. To make
Yeah,
it
yeah,
viral.
of course.
That kind of thing I get annoyed at. Not just because it's just so ingenuous, but because it's
Well,
like
it's dead, isn't it?
a lot of times
dead, man.
it's not even convincing. It's like there's no effort given.
Well,
into
if you're
it.
paying,
You think
if you're
are
paying
so
people to
stupid.
do something and it's not an actual general reaction, then it's, get me, the reaction, you know, it's gonna be, it's mediocre, isn't it? So yeah, that's dead. But
That's where it really annoys me, because it's like,
even though I feel like that's a separate
oh,
thing, though, slightly. But yeah, yeah.
The only reason I kind of compared them is because it's still the whole idea of going viral and milking it, making money from it. But it's
Yeah.
mad.
But I feel like that's
in
yeah.
his position. I don't.
That's
see
more
why
calculated
any-
thing, though.
Yeah,
In that sense,
I
like
don't
my
see why
shit wasn't
anyone-
calculated. That was just it happened.
That was just genuine.
And then you get me.
Genuine reaction.
Just you get the phone calls or the emails or whatever it is, and then
every time I watch it,
But I still laugh every time I see it.
Charles.
I'm like, I was randomly thinking about it before I even came across the Insta. Like, just randomly. I might even just be in the shower sometime and be like, why are you coming fast? Like,
I'll just be thinking of scenarios where you can
Bruv.
overlay
Yeah.
that clip over. Nah, it was just such a perfect.
don't move.
Don't
Don't
go
go
anywhere.
nowhere. Don't go anywhere.
Nah,
Yeah,
it
man.
was mad.
Oh, shit.
But here's where, in my opinion, this reflects the negative part of society, in the sense that all these corporations, they could potentially do good things for talented people. Obviously, not to say my man isn't.
Well, that
talented.
is, I probably think that's where the argument sometimes, if you're looking at it maybe on a deeper scale,
Yeah.
that's where some people may be coming from, and they're thinking
in
like, oh,
represent-
like,
yeah.
what about the people that can actually like do something and like, you know what I mean? And then they don't
There's
really
so
get
many
any
people
recognition,
who
innit?
could- let's say clothing designers that Boohoo could reach out to.
But haven't.
They're
Oh, I don't know,
overlooked,
but yeah.
But purely because Boohoo is thinking about the money they again.
That's
who
how
isn't
today
thinking
works,
about the
though, isn't it?
money they can make. Like even normal people are thinking about the money they can make. how different.
So that's what I mean,
medias where
because
they
there's
can
so
make
much
money
different
from.
ways
Yeah.
nowadays you can make money,
There's
innit?
so many,
So
like,
and quick as well.
These days,
It was the right idea.
it almost seems like you need to. It almost seems like every single person or the majority of people have a side hustle, and it
Pretty
doesn't
much.
make sense to me why you wouldn't, because
Pretty
you
much.
have these free avenues to make more money. Why wouldn't you take it? Obviously, except you're one of those people who's just so pissed off with money that you're like, oh, I want to live in a freaking
Sometimes it ain't even that, bro.
Woods.
Sometimes you just get people that just, do the 9-to-5 thing. But, they, either they don't know what
Yeah,
else they want to do, or they've got nothing else outside of that.
or they just don't know what
they're still trying to find like what it is that they that they're good at, or whatever it is. And then there's just sometimes you just people that just straight 9-to-5 in it, and
Yeah.
that's them. So you get me, you get all different types of people. But yeah, of course, man, out here you can make, there's loads of different ways to make money nowadays. You get me? But
literally.
yeah, man. But yeah, when you get into a situation like that, regardless of whether it's you getting hit, you saying something funny, you come up with a dance, whatever it is, if you can
Come up with a dance. As soon as you said that, I just remembered. I hope he has copyrighted this statement.
oh, what, the why you coming fast?
Yeah. Nah, on the real though. Because it's,
I don't even know. That could be the same thing like with that girl, innit? The Catch Me Outside, innit?
yeah.
I don't know,
Personally,
but
the
yeah.
only reason why I don't care for her is, one, she's a brat.
Mm.
Two, it's like she's already making bare peas.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, she's in the music team
yeah.
now, innit? But yeah.
Again, what I was saying about those corporations, she got a Atlantic deal, a recording deal, and they've got a writer and everything for her. She's putting out music that's better than a lot of these trash mumble rappers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But obviously, someone is writing it for her. But I think to myself, like, that money they're
The
pumping
thing is,
into
though,
her,
even when you think about that as well,
yeah,
how much people really probably writing their own shit, really, especially especially over in like the US as well, really.
Throwing
And I'm not
shade.
even trying to throw no shade, but come on, like this goes way back now in terms of like, and I feel like a lot of the like the songwriters kind of thing and all that, like that kind of more, like I don't really know if that's much of a thing in the UK, but I know in the US it is. I'm not saying that we don't have songwriters here, but I don't know if that's much of a thing
It's
here.
more in the pop in the UK. In the US, okay, this is what I think based on the little I know on it. In the US, it bleeds highly into the rap and stuff.
I feel like that bleeds into almost everything, blood. Pretty to some degree, but yeah, I would agree
But
heavily
more
on rap.
over
Penny.
there. Then again, you can look at it and you just be like, yeah, it makes sense considering we have more people there and more eyes are on rap nowadays. But
And the thing is as well, is it a bad thing though? That's I feel like that's probably the real question as well, isn't it? Is it a bad thing though?
Here's what I think about it. I don't think it's a bad thing. What I think the wrongdoing is when these artists start piping up. Like, e.g. Drake.
I knew he was gonna say my bad.
You like his is slightly different because he's a good writer himself. He's just one of the artists that collaborates. Which his situation is slightly different from someone who gets all their stuff written. But even with his situation, you can't stand up and try to be in the class of a Kendrick Lamar if you don't write everything you produce.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick Lamar writes everything he produces and he is where he is at the magnitude he is. Someone like Kanye West, for instance, never ever claimed to be the best lyricist, the best this. It's been fact that he collaborates with people. People write his stuff and he gives them credit for it. But you have the Drake who's having these big hits and all of a sudden ghostwriters are creeping out saying, oh, I ghost wrote this track with him, and you're like, it's just the idea that it was kind of like the cheating thing we were talking about earlier. It's just the fact that this person is making an attempt to hide this information.
Well, yeah.
that's where it becomes foul play, because it's like, dude, now you want to say you are equivalent to this other person, but you don't want to tell us what you're doing in the behind the scenes with it, type thing. But I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think what Drake is doing is slightly better, because me as an artist, I've considered it a lot of times. Like I would love to just, because there's some people's writing styles that are very different from mine that I rate. Yeah. So it makes perfect sense.
I don't think there's anything wrong with chopping it up.
Go like, yo, let's write a song together, or you write a song and I'll sing it in my style.
Yeah.
That's almost
nothing wrong with that at all.
It's almost a different form of songwriting. It's like a completely different art form in itself.
Bruv, it's just another way of people linking up in it at the end of the day. So I don't really see no bad in it. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I will say,
let the record show that I said this. I personally think songwriters are better than non-songwriters in terms of artistry-wise. Like, they're more artistic in my head. Because you look at a Beyonce, you look at a Rihanna, they don't write their stuff. We know, well, most people know. There are a few people that I've told this to that have been like, oh wait, Rihanna doesn't write her stuff. No, possibly there are songs she has that she wrote, but a lot of the ones that I've checked on, she hasn't wrote.
Probably big ones then. Yeah, in that sense.
Stuff like that. So in my head, I'm like, yo, that's sick. Wait, who was it? I don't know if it's work, but do you know Party Next Door?
Yeah, my bedroom goes about him all the time, bro. But it's just not someone I listen to really. But yeah,
hits that Rihanna did. Rihanna and Drake, I think, or either one of them. But it's one of those things, because I would put Beyonce as best female artist any day. The only reason I never say that is because she doesn't write her own stuff. I don't know about
that's
Adele,
why I'm like this, because this is why I'm like, even when you just said that, this is why I'm just kind of like because it's mad, bruv. It's kind of mad. It's kind of mad to like, and the thing is as well, that's a lot of, I don't know about nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know about nowadays. I feel like I used to hear that a lot back in the days in terms of like, oh, you know, Beyonce is fucking at the pinnacle, innit? That's at the top. You can't even, there is no one else above Beyonce, innit? Yeah. But obviously to know that she don't really write her own shit, or like, I don't know how much of her own stuff that she's actually written.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not saying she doesn't do her thing, but to be, you know, to say that she's the best or whatever is a bit, I feel it's a bit mad to me really, personally, but
and it's
again, does she just
a lot of times it's like a backhand to all the people who put time into writing their own stuff.
But is it that she just delivers it well?
That is what it is.
You know what I mean?
That is what Rihanna and Beyonce. That's where their magic is their vocal performances are crazy. I would give Beyonce, in my opinion, she's probably top if.
Bro, performance wise, I think that's a no-brainer.
In vocalist,
yeah, like, and obviously as a vocalist as well. But yeah,
she is amazing.
Yeah, of course,
but like, easily, and stuff like that. But,
that's you don't even have to question that. That's just obvious. But
yeah. If we were to like zoom in and be like best female vocalist and stuff like that, I could potentially be like, oh, she would definitely win that.
Yeah.
But if you say female artist in terms of music, I would struggle to put her up there, because for me everything kind of collaborates in making that one thing. I just want to slightly backtrack to what I was talking about.
Yeah, because man went completely from Ferdi to the industry, artistry and songwriting crazy. And blah blah blah. But yeah, carry on anyway.
I'm about to divert again with this.
Nah,
but what I was saying about him copywriting his stuff is, you look around nowadays and you mentioned dance when you were talking about like them milking it and dances going viral. In your opinion, do you think it's possible to copyright a dance?
Well, this is what I was just about to say. I was just about to say, I don't even know how you would even go about that in that sense. Like, it's a bit in terms of like, you know, how he's gonna buy it in terms of like the merchandising and that and whatever with like his kind of what is it, like a phrase or saying or whatever. I don't really know how you would go about that, but from a dance perspective.
With the phrase.
Yeah, in terms of like, why are you coming fast or whatever. Like, I don't really, in terms of like, if you flip that and turn it into like a dance thing now.
Yeah.
Like, where do you? The thing is, the only thing I can really see, you know, from a dance perspective of where that would go is like, you know, in terms of probably maybe just like, you know, people within that sort of industry reaching out, maybe for you to do like like choreographing or whatever, like that sort of thing. I can't really see what else, you know, where that would sort of go. I can't really see where else that would. I just don't know, blood. The dancing thing for me is a bit like,
it's a myth. Grey area.
Yeah, it's a grey area. But then again, and this is what, even just speaking on the whole dance thing quickly, this is like when you talk in terms of like copyright and people getting credit and all that shit for their dances. So same thing with the Fortnite, blood. Get me? This is another thing that people keeps bringing up in it and saying, oh, Fortnite, rare the teeth in like what is it, the MIDI rock and all these other dances or whatever, and they, you know, the originators are not getting no credit, blah blah blah, this and that, which they should do really. So again, I feel like with something like that, if someone takes something where it originated from, and then you go off and then you fucking try and name it something else, and then whatever, but like that's just disrespectful, isn't it? So yeah, that's an argument to definitely be had. Do you get me? And to say like, yo, like, what you playing at? But yeah,
with the dancing thing, I don't really know how I feel about the royalties part. Because I don't. I think each situation is different. Yeah, I'm not saying in all situations it should be a royalty thing. Oh no.
But I mean,
I'm just thinking in terms of like me bringing it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how the royalty thing will work, but I feel like that giving credit is.
But that's like a bare minimum, really, isn't it? Just to give credit to someone.
It's like what we're all been taught. We've been taught in college. It's like plagiarism and everything. It's like you have to give credit from where you've referenced something. And I was listening to.
You know what that made me think of, bro? Jerk rice. Jerk rice, man. That's what it made me think of. Because obviously, before we even set up this thing, and obviously we would be chatting as normal and whatever. When that came around,
lad, right, yeah, I can remember what once you showed me the little picture of one of the boxes. I think,
bro, I you know, all now to this day I still ain't seen it. I still have not seen it. So I don't know where
it might not have been you.
I don't know. I don't think it was me. Still,
I think the picture I'm remembering is there was yes, that's where it was. My mate Fizeo, he put up a post, or he might have sent it to me, of I don't know what food company or whatever. It might have been Knorr, but they made these little sachets, and it was jollof rice. Written on it, so it's apparently supposed to be some mixture of spices or whatever that you put on your food. And I was just, I replied to him. I was like, "It's just culture vultures," and I tagged it on and posted it on my story. But in my opinion, can you copyright?
But no, not even on the copyright thing. That was more just me saying like from a credit, not even a credit thing, but I mean like in terms of like. Blood, we know, anyone from the Caribbean knows there ain't no such thing as jerk rice, blood. But in terms of the jerk itself and where that originates from, we all know where that originates from. Yeah. So trying to now blend this thing and turn it into some rice thing don't make no sense. But going off from that quickly, McDonald's is what? They're trying to do the same thing as well with the some jerk Jamaican whatever they're calling it, you get me? And man, know that don't taste nothing like no jerk chicken.
Should they be able to do that though?
But they shouldn't even do it. And if they're gonna do it right though, innit? I think this is the thing. If you're gonna do something, do it right, innit? No one's gonna complain if you do it right, bruv. But if you do something wrong and you're putting
plaster
yeah,
the name on
you're putting
top.
I mean, nah, bro,
Yeah,
nah.
it's so misleading. That's for real though.
Get me all them dead ideas, bruv, and all that. Yeah, man, just allow that shit, bruv. Just just stick with what you've been doing for many years and years, and just.
But me thinking about it now, should they be able to take a country's let's say for instance that hypothetical situation, it's not directly linked to this, but a country's delicacy, and then a big corporation like McDonald's then gets that delicacy and plasters it on their menu, and I'm 100% certain McDonald's would tweak it so they could copyright it as theirs. So if anyone takes their recipe, they could shout out and be like, "Yo, you're stealing that from us," type thing. But should they really be able to do that? Because at the end of the day, they're profiting off of a culture that they are not contributing to whatsoever. As a matter of fact, they're probably taking... I don't think they're giving anything back to it. Because if whoever is going to eat that food that is named after that product isn't going to be thinking about the country, one, they're not showing any advertising that is directly linked to the country. They could either give people more information about this country, raise awareness or whatever. They're not giving certain proceeds of it, donating it to...
Of course they ain't,
nothing is going
it's just to add a new thing to the menu, innit? It's just a new thing. Yeah, I mean, let's twist this up and add it to the menu because, you know, the menu's looking a bit dry. You know, we need to spice it up a little bit with some new ideas. Yeah, let's do this thing and call it, you know, fucking
jerk, right?
You know, Jamaican jerk, fucking, you know, spiraled wings. Get me, like whatever whatever madness you want to call it, blood. Like, yeah, that's all it's really about. And then on top of that, it's just to make more money in it or whatever. You get me, like there ain't really nothing else to it.
I have beef with you, Jamaican people. Yeah.
That sounded mad. I didn't even know what you said or if I heard you correctly. But yeah, that just sounded wild. But carry on.
Okay, certain Jamaican people here. There's this drink that I saw at one of these events at UE that I went to.
What's the drink?
They said it's called Sorrow.
What? nah, I was genuinely now. Say that again.
I think it's Sorrow, like L at the end.
That sounds familiar still, but yeah, carry on.
It's like
I feel like I've seen it before.
Hot, it's got a hint of spice in there. It's purple ish. They were hyping it up for time, and then I finally tasted it. It's exactly the same as what we in Nigeria call Zobo.
Oh yeah. So what you saying then? You reckon is something that they've taken bits and pieces, or taken, you know, the idea from that, and then I've basically turned it into this or whatever. So they've sort of flipped it, altered it a little bit, and then
that happening because if you look at the whole migration, whatever, it's bound to happen. Yeah, cultures that came out of certain other cultures would create in what they know and understand.
Yeah.
What I have the problem is there's bad Jamaican people out here running around owning bare stuff, and you're sat there like, bruh, what are you even talking about? What are we talking about here,
bruv? You know what that comes down to though. Really, it's just gonna be knowledge, bruv. That's all it's gonna come down to, knowledge, innit?
Oh yeah.
In the sense of like, if you've looked into it, in terms of like maybe its history or like the background of like where it's coming from and whatever.
It's like freaking plantain. Y'all are calling it plantain. What is that?
Oh no, 1000%.
What?
It's plantain, bruv. There is no plantain.
God.
Nah, that can never be accepted around. It's straight plantain.
God.
Anyone that's saying plantain,
oh my lord!
I don't even know what to tell you to do. But it's raw plantain.
You are contradicting yourself.
Nah,
right
it's plantain,
here.
blood. It's raw plantain. You get me? Everybody knows, like people from the Caribbean and that, like the way how some stuff gets said is mad, isn't it? Like even like bottles get said like buckle. You get me? It's raw buckles with K's. You get me? Not even T's. It's raw the K's, bruv. But that's like the old day, man. That's yeah. You get me? Things get said differently. So all that plantain business, I mean, I don't care if it's spelt like that, but it's raw get said plantain. You get me?
What?
Yeah, plantain, blood. Raw plantain. You get me? Yeah, I ain't never saying plantain in my life.
Why?
Nah.
That is normal.
Nah, blood.
Okay, that's what I know is normal.
It sounds wrong.
But it's
Like,
okay.
can I have some?
Plantain.
Can I have some white rice and peas with some
plantain.
dumpling, 3 dumplings and some plantain? No, fuck that. Forget that, blood. Forget
You're
that.
emphasizing
Man's on the
it.
plantain.
That's what is making it
Yo.
sound weird. Nah.
Some plantain, you get me? Yeah.
Some plantain.
It's like someone saying like, can I have some
Nah,
sugar dumpling?
I don't know what it is you're saying, but
Lad,
it's nothing like
Blood,
it.
it's rather the same thing. Someone going up to
bruh.
the counter and saying, let me have some sugar dumpling. That like, yo, what do you mean? Obviously, it's called festivals, isn't it? But
What?
basically it's dumplings, but it's got sugar in there, isn't it? But obviously,
What
we
they actually
call it.
called?
They're called festivals, isn't it?
Festival.
Yeah, they're not called sugar dumplings, obviously. But yeah, I'm just saying it could be.
It's not really
Yeah.
obvious.
Nah, I rock it. Nah, bro. Of course, anyone that knows Caribbean food knows, isn't it? It's
That's
festivals,
jokes.
not sugar dumpling.
It sounds more weird to me to be like, can I have some festivals?
Not really. Like when you know what it is, it's just like that's just what it's called, and you just know it. That's just what it is, isn't it?
Facts.
Like it's almost saying like, let me have. Like, well, then nah, it's not really, but it's almost like saying that. All right, then it's almost like you're gonna get some curry goat, but then it's like you saying, let me have some baby lamb.
What?
Some-
How?
Let me have some curried baby lamb, please.
How?
Or whatever. But yeah.
How does that relate?
Red.
Baby lamb.
Obviously I'm getting too deep into it in terms of descriptions and that. But yeah, same thing when you think about it really.
Crazy.
But yeah, man.
Now thinking about the curry goat, I tried that some time ago. At some point. Don't get me wrong. Jamaican
Yeah,
food
but then
is
again,
dope.
it depends where you
dope.
even try it, bruv. Like
Yeah, that
it
is
depends
true.
where you even,
because I have gone to certain.
because I've had
different
some and
places
it's swag. It's right. It's that. Yeah, but everyone knows that. You get me? Not all Jamaican places can be on point, fam.
Yeah,
Like
different people
yeah.
add different.
yeah, and things get cooked
food.
in a different certain way and whatnot, and the taste might be different or there's hardly any taste there. So yeah, sometimes you might go, you get me, order your food and whatnot. You get me? You're expecting some good yard food, and then the next thing you know, bruv, this is bland as shit. You get me? Like the rice is bland, like you get me, the jerk chicken ain't really saying nothing. Nah, man.
That's what you're saying was what I was thinking. Last Saturday, with the mates at work, I went over to Bristol with them, and then went to a pub. I can't remember what it's called.
In Easton,
Easton?
was it in Easton?
No.
Oh, see. No, okay, carry on. I'll be interested to see where you're going with this, but yeah, carry on.
Nah, it was sort of central, but it was slightly towards Gloucester Road. That was what it was on, I think. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,
if I remember,
yeah. I know what on the corner, yeah, on the corner.
No,
What?
no.
Not on the corner, bruv.
I will get there.
Like you're going to Gloucester Road.
Nah.
All right, carry on.
Yeah, it's like further in, tucked in. And I don't know what the name is, but it's the look of the store is freaking of the pub is crazy. It looks.
Oh,
great.
you said it was a pub, and
Design wise, it's amazing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, let's go into that one. So we went in there, and while I was waiting for a drink, I just looked at their menu, and it says on the 11th of November, 9th of November, we're getting a new, a refreshed menu.
Yeah.
And what was on it? It had, I think it was curry goat on it and other stuff. And
But
I'm
hold
looking
on,
around.
what was this restaurant, bruv?
No, it was just a regular pub.
Oh, I mean, like, seeing it was just a pub.
Yeah.
Just like, bruv, just an ordinary pub.
Ordinary pub. So,
Okay.
So I'm looking at him and going, okay.
But hold on, what was this kind of pub though?
It was just a dude. nothing.
So it wasn't like no.
I'm looking at all the faces behind the counter. They're all white, as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, so it ain't no yard pub then
No.
or nothing, is it?
It's nah.
All right, but they're adding curry got to the menu.
Yeah.
All right, carry on.
Or some form of, I can't remember if it was specifically curry goat, but it was something that
Fam,
I
if it raw
related
says curry goat, then
to-
it's raw. There's no other thing other than, you get me? But yeah, carry on.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is gonna taste like, but I have a very, very I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it's not gonna taste anything like it's meant to, or at least it's gonna taste very
But
different.
that's the thing though. What is it meant to taste like though? What are they referencing it to? Or what did you reference it to when you read the name? Or whatever it is.
Now we're getting into deep territory. I have no idea, but it
Like,
tastes
that's
good.
but that's almost but that's almost
I
like with
was just really curious as to
think-
how that came about.
that's like the same with probably like Turtle Bay though, which I've never ever had. I've never had food from Turtle Bay.
Neither.
But when Turtle Bay first came around, it was this, everyone was saying the same thing sort of thing, like, oh, like yeah, it's a new sort of like Jamaican kind of restaurant or whatnot or blah 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 because of the food that they had on there, like, or southern food or whatever it is. So even when I looked at the menu, I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool, yeah, this looks alright kind of thing. Like it sounds alright. Like definitely gonna have to go down there and have some food. So obviously, you know, some people or whatever that I knew obviously had food down there, sort of before I did or whatever. Yeah. And fam, like, don't get me wrong, I've heard people like go down there and like say, oh, like yeah, the food's like alright or it's decent. But from the first couple of reviews that I was getting in terms of what they was expecting, it wasn't what they was expecting. So
I feel
or
like
what
it's
at least what they
completely different.
what they kind of thought to like how they presented it in that sense. So for me, I've never had food in Turtle Bay. Like,
yeah. It feels like those kind of restaurants and corporations, they are targeting.
But I feel like I will though.
From that culture.
I feel like I will though, because in every single Turtle Bay, it's all the sound system and whatnot, or the little speakers and blah blah blah. Then it's got the it's got the reggae on and blah blah. So I need to try this food actually, just to see what I'm gonna.
The last I went into Turtle Bay in Bristol, just went in there to use the toilet because
Listen,
I'm not about that.
I don't drink.
I don't drink. I don't eat out. I'm just like, yeah, I just need to use toilet. But just stepping in, the vibe in terms of music wise, I was rocking to. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, they play decent music in there.
There's just mad people in there.
Yeah, of course.
Just like, bruh.
Especially if you've gone in there on a weekend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on a Friday.
Or Friday, yeah, whatever.
Bruh. It was on some other.
Yeah. That one can get kind of busy in it. It's one of them kind of places. It's good to like if you're like on the proper like that's kind of like a starter to start our night off kind of thing. Like Turtle Bay is a good place for that, or whatever down in Bristol. So yeah, like, that's alright. But yeah.
Crazy. Speaking of food, I tried Chinese for the first time.
What?
Last week. What?
No, I don't. Obviously, blood. This is mad to me. What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah, this is mad.
Chinese, like.
What did you have
for the first time? I had like if I'm recalling correctly, they had chicken balls. They had sweet and sour sauce. They had. Was it egg fried rice? I don't know what it was. They had some noodle looking shit.
I would imagine you must have had like one of the staples, at least like chicken chow mein or special fried rice or chicken chow. No, did I say that already? Or like chicken fried rice or whatever they call it. I can't even remember now, but yeah. You must have had something like that at least.
Yeah, because the guy from work, they were like, yo, we need to give you a good kind of introduction to it.
Where was this in Brist?
Yeah.
Again, that's all store dependent as well. But yeah, carry on.
I tried it and I really don't know why people be hyping it up like that.
Bro, I think it all depends. It depends, innit? Because certain places and whatnot are gonna be better than others, innit?
Yeah.
Like it all just depends.
Don't get me wrong. I would eat it.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, let's get takeout, I wouldn't be like, yo, let's get Chinese. I'm like, nah,
yeah, but then it's a new Like that's just arrived in your thing, innit? Like it's not like if you're just trying it, like blood. There's certain food like even now like I can think of that I probably even had yet, but if I'm ordering a takeaway or whatever, I'm not thinking of ordering that. I'm probably just gonna order what I usually sort of order in that sense, depending on however I feel. But it probably ain't gonna be, you know. But it depends.
The first time I had a pizza, as
When
soon
was
as
this?
I tried it, I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." This was
About to say 2000.
2008. What?
Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna. I thought he was gonna say, hold on. Some years, yeah. The man started going all 2000 and then maybe they're mad back years, yeah. But yeah,
it was like around that time period. That's when I first tried a pizza, like not some knockoff stuff. But even the knockoff stuff tasted nice.
do you know what I'm gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
When it comes to this argument on pizza, you know, do you know what I'm gonna say?
No, I do.
Pineapple.
If you tell me that you're one of them people that wants to have pineapple on pizza,
Oh,
Don, you could carry your plantain
Oh.
looking outside of it.
blood. I've been going on ham on Hawaiian pizza for time, bruv. That's been me.
You eat
Hawaiian pizza.
fam.
Yeah, ham
Oh my
and pineapple.
God.
Yeah, let me just say this directly to the
Respect out
camera.
the window.
Ham and pineapple for time. Yeah. So, yeah, fam. So when I see the argument like, oh, does pineapple belong on pizza? Blah, I don't give a shit. Like, I've been eating it for too long now. So it's just a thing for me. You get me? But get me? That's the thing, bruv. Not every pizza and whatnot is meant to be for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah,
kind of thing. So it's like whatever.
Different taste buds.
Like pepperoni
But
and that. Like I'm not messing with
like,
pepperoni and that
if
really.
you-
But yeah,
morally, it's not right.
I don't give a bollocks. I'm still having Hawaiian pizza. Don't get me wrong. I've not had it in time. Obviously, I'm not really the pizza guy. But yeah,
I've had it once, but I felt wrong eating it.
that's a madness. How
You're
could you
not-
feel that?
then- It's like, well, what is? You might as well chop apples on your pizza.
I don't think apples would. Yeah, actually, you never know though. It could be a thing. It raw could be a thing.
No.
Like you just don't know, innit? Like you don't know.
Nah.
Bruv. You just never know with these kind of things. Like,
What
but
else
pineapple.
could potentially-
You know what though? Because I wouldn't. You know, might have have to research this thing. You know,
What?
in terms of like the Hawaiian pizza, innit?
What about it?
Like obviously, I would imagine it comes from Hawaii, innit? So.
Well, these
my
days,
thing is,
you don't really know where.
So my thing is actually look it up, man. Because my thing is, yeah, that's gotta be like around from some years ago, surely, for it to be called Hawaiian or whatever. It's gotta be around from time ago, surely.
The history of Hawaiian pizza, despite its tropical name, Hawaiian pizza is actually a Canadian creation.
Canadian creation.
The pineapple.
From what year though?
The laden pie is the brainchild of a retired cook, Sam Pano. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his surname. Who first served pineapple on pizza at wherever the heck that was.
From what year? I would love to know the year. Just to kind of like see the kind of
article
time scaling.
that I'm reading off is from 2016.
No. We don't care about that. We just want to know when this pineapple was dished on the pizza. You get me? Firstly,
When
I reckon it would have been some years ago.
Hawaiian
Blood.
pizza created.
Must have been surely.
1962.
I knew it was going to be.
People
in
have
the
been
1960s.
bugging for this long.
Yeah, about fucking pineapple on pizza.
Oh my god. What, bruh? I think this is where the problem started. This is where all
from 1962?
Society's problems have been spawning from. Crazy ass people walking around eating pineapple on pizza. The part that's bugging me out is why? Why is it from? Why do you name it Hawaiian pizza?
Maybe because it reminded him of Hawaii, innit?
Oh my god.
I don't know, but it's almost like a tune, innit? If I think about to like when man are making beats and whatnot,
so
you
much
just
wrong.
sometimes you just name things after like whatever it reminds you of, innit? So maybe this
But
dude
beats
made a
are
beat. Yeah,
different.
nah, fam, it's still the same thing.
It's
It's still
different.
blood. It's a creation, innit?